Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the farm. She's a beauty of an evening here this evening. I just got home from work, went in the house, asked the wife how the kids were. Fine. I said, what do you need help with? She said, clean the house. Clean the house, all the problems go away. I figure, well, that's a pretty good indicator. So I just come out. I probably should find a chore to do, make myself absent because, not that I can't clean the house, but I have a habit of probably being a cause that the house is a mess. Kids brought home a kitten today, so that's going to contribute to that. And it sounds like they're going to run an errand here later and go get a second kitten. We're going to stock up on barn cats. Oh, like that'll give something for that old fox to eat. But set the trap down the game trail. No luck there either. No luck in the chicken house. No luck down the game trail. Last night there was much ruckus, and this evening when I come home here, there are brown chicken feathers about a quarter mile down the road. So pretty confident, because it's either us or the neighbors here to the north that have the chickens, and they're the exact shade of the chickens that we've got. So that's a pretty good indicator that we supplied the evening meal there yesterday, or morning breakfast I should say, probably. So I've got some security lights, motion activated security lights, and I'm going to bolt them right to the side of the chicken, between the two chicken houses. So if the fox comes in, spotlights on like a stadium, and that'll do two things. Hopefully scare the fox. That would be a good thing. And secondly, for us, hopefully light up the yard like, hey, somebody's coming to steal your food right out of your fridge. And maybe that'll just alert us at what time the fox is coming in, and we can get out and look around. And maybe I got a pocket full of bus tickets to Fort St. John and haven't been able to use any just yet. So that's getting irritating. All right, so we're down here at the crossroads. Got the side-by-side. Got one cow up on the hill. Looks like she's got a sore foot up there. I left her behind, but all these other ones, they're going to walk pretty quickly right up to me. I'm trying to catch them at that opportune time before they start putting pressure on the fence. And I think I might have missed that window slightly. Last night, there was a couple calves that had popped through. They popped through the barbed wire here, and then we're in with the sheep, which, whatever, it's not a problem, but it's not exactly desirable. But once they get them through here into the pipeline right away, I got to make a decision. Do we go north or south? And that stuff to the north did recover quite nicely, I think. But it's only had like 5 or 6 days rest. It had a bit of rain. I moved them off right as soon as it rained. Good evening to you too. The stuff to the south has rested longer, but it's older, more mature pasture and probably isn't as good a condition. But I think that's where they're going to go. I think they're going to go to the south. If I run them to the north, they're going to be side by side with the sheep. And they start to rub on panels and fences and all kinds of stuff they shouldn't. Well, that happened quick. I barely had time to open the gate and they were already through. So time for a move. This is the western half of the pipeline right away. And they spent the least amount of time actually there. So that one was open and that one was open. The gate to the north was open, but I quickly got that one shut. So they basically had the whole, as soon as I opened the gate at the crossroads, they had the access to the whole west side of the farm, which isn't really optimum. But when I walk out here and just have a look at the grass, I mean, could use a refresh. Could use a refresh for sure. Looking like that. Maybe tonight we might get a little splash, but that's not going to do nothing to that. Tomorrow and the next day, though, we're supposed to get, I think, 15 mils over 2 days. I'll take it. That's a respectable amount. Could use that. But this stuff over here to the north, that's the stuff that they were moved off of last before they were over to the east there. And this is stuff we sprayed that molasses fertilizer on. And it has come up quite nicely, actually. So I just want to let that next 2 days of rain come and hit that. And then probably by the weekend, I'm thinking we'll move the cows from the south back into here, and they can lick that up. And we're basically, yeah, that's what we're down to now with pastures. Is we're getting between 3 and 5 days, 3 and 5 day rotations. No longer, that's for sure, no longer, because otherwise they're just licking it down to, well, they're basically eating grasshoppers, right? So that's a pretty tough living for a cow. Lots of protein, but I don't even know if cows can make use of grasshopper protein or not. All right, so I'm just up here by our northwest gate. Sheep are bellering, and they were hoping they were going to get grain. But right by this gate, we found the culvert collapsed, and this is an unused culvert. It's basically a straight run. This goes all the way downhill to the little ephemeral draw that runs through. We call it a creek, but it's not really a creek. It doesn't flow all year. And then there's just this little section right here between here and the main county road, which doesn't really accumulate any amount of moisture. But what I thought was interesting when they come here, I brought a couple of rocks. I was going to fill that hole, but look what's on the ground. I'm no poop expert, but that looks to me like a bear. Bear shot out a bunch of Saskatoons. What do you think, Charlotte? Did you eat a bunch of Saskatoons and poop on the ground there? Where do you think that's from?
Bear.
You think that's from a bear? It's so dry, there's no paw prints or nothing here, so we can't really prove it up, but I don't know what else poops like that. I guess maybe if a dog ate that many Saskatoons, it would poop like that too, but I can't imagine a dog eating all them Saskatoons. That just doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, without a paw print to confirm what that's from. Let me know in the comments what you think it's from. That's my hand. Get out of here, Ranger. That's my hand, just for size comparison. So it's as big as a grown man's hand. That to me seems like something sizable. But what else? What else would eat all them berries other than a bear? Unless it was some berry pickers out here picking Saskatoons, and then maybe their colon got away on them. I don't know. But if that's the case, I wish I hadn't have taken such a close look at it.
Maybe a raccoon.
What do you think it is, Charlotte?
A raccoon.
You think it's a raccoon? I don't think we got raccoons up in this country. Skunks, badgers, foxes. But I don't, porcupines. Maybe there's a porcupine up here eating Saskatoons. Okay, I'm gonna poke you in the cheek. Just gonna go retrieve the empty fox trap. Feel kind of defeated about that, but having a look at the ewes and the lambs in here, they're actually looking pretty decent for as dry and as haggard as the field looks. But this is the little pie-shaped piece. I turned them loose into here, just thinking they could just nip the tops off, but they're actually they're doing okay. I might leave them in here till the weekend too, and then I'll move them out before I move the cows into that field. But I might have to just move them back up to the yard. I got a ram lamb in here. It's still fully jeweled. I should pull him before we start having New Year's babies, which New Year's babies wouldn't be a big deal, but you got to be ready for it, that's for sure. But really, aside from trying to separate him off, the real reason I got to get him up, well, I got to get them all up. I've got to cut off the cull ewes, figure out who's going to see the man from Toefield right away. That'd be good if I could just get rid of them, get them off the pasture. There's no point in stalking them if they can go to the auction mart and go in a pie rather than eat grass. That would be seems to be a smart business decision. And then kind of make a decision from there on a few of the ewe lambs, how they've progressed, and what we want to keep for replacements. Yeah, terrible shame. Nobody came for dinner except maybe the flies. So that just wasted 2 really nice looking steaks. They were dog food anyways, but that's not the point. It would have been nice to catch that little scoundrel. But try again.